to be able to provide that care is one of the challenges that we're having currently. We're full. We're full. That staff shortage combined with a surge in patients is making it far harder to care for COVID patients like Edgar. Tonight, federal health officials insist the growing testing shortages are not the reason the CDC updated the guidelines to shorten the isolation time without recommending Americans test negative at the end of it. Today's CDC Director Dr. Michelle Walensky defending the move, saying a positive test result doesn't necessarily mean a person is still transmissible.
We do know that the vast majority of viral transmission happens in those first 5 days, somewhere in the 85 to 90% range. So we're really talking, if you can isolate for those first 5 days, that would be great.
Across the country, those long lines are still snaking through testing sites from Maryland to Massachusetts to Florida, where this site had to shut down as they hit capacity. I've been waiting about 2 hours now. And today, New York City putting up several new sites to meet demand, like a demand leading to long waits. And the FDA now says early data suggests rapid antigen tests still work to detect Omicron, including many at-home COVID tests, but they may have reduced sensitivity.
We are encouraging their use. They may not work as well as they have for the Delta variant.
And tonight, children's hospitals are sounding the alarm about the accelerating COVID impact, pediatric hospitalizations doubling in the last month. Concerns for so many parents. Trevor All joining us now. And Trevor, I want to go back to the CDC director, also pointing to practical reasons behind those new recommendations on isolation and quarantine. So many people just don't follow the guidance to begin with.
Yeah, that's right. What the CDC director says, they've seen some studies that show when people are asked to isolate, only as much as a third of them actually do it. She says these new guidelines are based in science, but they also wanted to give people some guidance that they seem likely to actually follow.
All right, Trevor, thank you. Now to the staggering airline cancellations across the U.S. tonight. Hundreds of flights grounded again today with no end in sight. A holiday travel nightmare. Seattle's SeaTac Airport reporting the most cancellations in the world for the second day in a row. Heading into New Year's Eve, bad weather combined with staffing shortages crippling travel for millions. Here's ABC.
Tonight, extreme weather on the move and millions of travelers are too. In the south, severe thunderstorms taking aim. This possible tornado in southwest Georgia. In the west, crews preparing for another round of heavy mountain snow and torrential rain. This is I-80 in Placer County, California. Traffic backups hindering first responders. Authorities urging people to stay off the roads. The menacing weather combined with COVID-related staffing issues crippling air travel all week. Nearly 7,000 flights canceled since Christmas Eve, more than 900 today.
The U.S. airlines, 90% or more employees has shown it's elusive and it's random.
Seattle's airport had the most canceled.
Here's your mail key.
The second day in a row.
I found your other mail key. Yeah. All right.
Wait times on the phone, urging flyers with non-essential travel scheduled for January 2nd, 2022 to consider changing their travel to a later date.
And there are already more than 500 flights canceled here in the U.S. for tomorrow. So definitely not good news, seeing as about 12.5 million people are expected to fly from now through January 3rd.
This mess continues, Maria. Thank you. And we saw those images from across the country, millions bracing for severe storms. Let's get right to ABC's senior meteorologist, Rob Marciano. And Rob, you're watching major tornado threats tonight.
Yeah, we had record heat today across the southeast again, and that is feeding these storms that are rolling through Dixie Valley. Take a look at the tornado watch now extending all the way into Georgia till at least 10 o'clock. That line and moved through Tupelo and Nashville has some damaging winds that's moving through Huntsville. That eventually.
Did you hear about all the
temperatures that broke records in
Did you hear about all the riots that's happening at the White House?
Okay, by tomorrow morning. That next is now dropping into Southern California and stays there for a good day.
Give me some water now, Ed. There's riots at the White House. They're showing Donald Trump pictures. The new president, the White House, the Senate, and Congress.
Concerns heading into the new year.
What are you talking about? Something out of the year.
There's riots at the White House, and you're showing posters of Donald Trump.
And that was in January 6th of 21. Of the
No, they're
year.
doing it today.
No, they're not. They're showing you what happened. What was that thing?
Russia has not de-escalated its military presence there since the two leaders last spoke earlier this month. Turning now to new developments in the deadly hit and run in Broward
And we're gonna show that all the time.
Arrested following an intense manhunt. He's accused of plowing into a group of children, killing two of them, and then speeding away. Today, the suspect seemed struggling with a deputy while appearing in court. ABC's Victor Ocando is in Florida.
Tonight, the man allegedly behind the wheel of a deadly hit and run erupting in court. The outburst as charges were read against 27-year-old Sean Charles Greer. The Broward Sheriff's Office says Greer was driving a 2009 Honda Accord, hitting and killing two children, sending four others to the hospital and driving off, leaving them for dead on a sidewalk on Monday.
She came underneath the car. Help, help.
Evidence left behind at the scene, like the car's bumper, and witness statements eventually helps authorities track down the car and take Greer into custody. The children who died, 5-year-old Kylie Jones and 6-year-old Andrea Fleming. The children who were injured ranged from 2 to 10 years old. In arrest documents, a woman telling police that Greer said, "I bleeped up, and my bumper came up and caused a crash." The woman said he asked, "If the cops come by, don't tell them whose car that is," adding that Greer's mom picked him up and left his car behind. Deputies say that Greer was on probation for burglary. He's now been held without bond. And according to prosecutors, his license had been suspended since 2016.
And we were thinking about those kids and their families, Victor. Thank you. Next tonight, the nation remembering and honoring former Senator Harry Reid, one of the longest-serving majority leaders in Senate history. He died at the age of 82 following a 4-year battle with pancreatic cancer. President Biden ordering flags to half-staff, former Presidents Obama and Clinton, and one of his toughest rivals, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, also paying their respects. Here's ABC's Mary Alice Parks.
The late Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, a proud son of Nevada, grew up in a small mining town in the shadow of the Great Depression. His family had no indoor toilet or running water. He was a fighter in every sense, an amateur boxer turned lawyer who went on to serve in the U.S. Senate for 30 years, one of the nation's longest-serving Senate Majority Leaders.
I didn't make it in life because of my athletic prowess. I didn't make it because of my good looks. I didn't make it because I'm a genius. I made it because I worked hard.
Reid was so soft-spoken he could be hard to hear, but he was known for his shrewd deal-making and tenacity.
It's been a long, hard road for all of us.
In the Senate, he was instrumental in passing the historic Affordable Care Act to give health insurance to millions for the first time.
We stand on the doorstep of history. We recognize that. But much more importantly, we stand so close to making so many individual lives better.
President Obama sharing a personal letter he wrote to Reid recently, saying,
I went on pork chop. There's a big pork chop, man. That's what killed.
Each other. A couple of outsiders who defied the odds, knew how to take a punch, and cared about the little guy. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell is saying Reid was a pivotal
That's not factually what I
personality
mean.
of his old sparring partner. I never doubted that Harry was always doing what he earnestly, deeply felt was right for Nevada and our country. But one of Reid's proudest accomplishments was his family. A father of 5 and grandfather to 19. His wife of 62 years said she's heartbroken. Now, in his own tribute, President Biden listed some of Harry Reid's many legislative accomplishments and called him a great American, adding this: Harry believed it was within our capacity to do good, to do right, and to do our part of perfecting the union we all love. With
Mary Alice, our thanks to you tonight. We have much more ahead on World News tonight. The surveillance video of the suspect in Monday's deadly shooting spree in Denver, just moments before 3 people were shot, and one man's deathbed confession stunning his friends and family.
every year, to just relax and be happy.
Chinese grill on that egg. Please drive, we got that in Boston Water.
Which is information that still make things easy. As a new small business owner, I find it useful to drill down and consider I'm using hand gestures and fighting, so no one can tell I'm shared on my business finances. I'm constantly nodding because I know everything about furniture, but with the business side, I'm feeling a little lost. QuickBooks can help. An easy way to pay your staff and know where your business stands. The business will probably.
Hey, don't hate anybody tonight, X. Let's have a fucking nice night, X. We're gonna have 5 fucking nights. We all work so out and don't come back. I give you all the money you deserve. Every single fucking penny.
Next tonight, authorities in Denver have obtained surveillance video they say is from Monday's shooting spree that left 6 people dead, including the gunman. These images here, which law enforcement confirms are part of the investigation, appear to show the suspect exiting a car and calmly entering a tattoo parlor with a gun at his side. A few seconds later, he leaves. The rampage spans 7 different crime scenes before the suspect was killed in a shootout with police. Now to the Massachusetts man who kept a major secret for more than 50 years from his own family. Before 71-year-old Thomas Rendell died in May, he told his wife and daughter his real name was Ted Conrad and that he'd robbed a bank in Cleveland back in 1969. Authorities who've been looking since the high still don't know what happened. Stolen money worth $215,000. When we come back, Alaska's steamy temperatures this December. Breaking record scientists never thought possible.
I'm still drawn to what's next. Even with higher stroke risk due to AFib, now caused by heart health problems. So if there's a better treatment than warfarin, that's the trail I want to take. Eloquist reduces stroke risk better than warfarin and less major bleeding than warfarin. Eloquist has both.
Don't stop taking Eloquist without talking to your doctor. This may increase your risk of stroke. Eloquist can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eloquist if you have an artificial
We're going to fucking talk again. No.
Not only do Central multivitamin taste great, they help support your immune defenses too. Because a healthy life starts with a healthy immune system. With vitamin C and D and zinc, getting out there never tasted so good. Try Central multivitamin. Just your vitamin C lasts 24 hours. Only nature's bounty does. 24-hour plus has longer lasting vitamin C plus formula both superstars. Only from nature's bounty. Finally getting there is the best. But with the breeze freshness in your car, driving there is pretty darn good too. Enjoy Thursday freshness with the breeze car.
To the index, the pandemic has forced a change in plans for the luxury cruise liner Queen Mary 2. The company ordering the ship to remain in port in Barbados. It was supposed to arrive in New York on January 3rd for the 28-day cruise from England that was not being
I'm not gonna leave a stupid note like Puppet Master 4.
Hey, shut up.
Jeff Jefferson was
Idiot.
Enjoy yourself,
covering
man.
the Chicago
I do enjoy myself, not like an idiot like Fangoria.
battle with colon cancer.
You want a cupcake?
Dickerson was known for his friendly demeanor, clear voice, and straight talk, leaving behind a young son. And Alaska certainly gets its share of extreme weather. 67 degrees on Kodiak Island in December is completely unheard of, smashing the old record by nearly 10 degrees. Parts of the state have also experienced record amounts of rain in recent days. Government scientists say the state has been warming twice as quickly as the global average since the mid-20th century. Well, if you haven't
It's a
got
gay
your
rocky
ticket,
balboa.
it's not too late. The Powerball jackpot is up to
I'm not talking to myself, man. I know what someone's up to. I don't have to listen to it.
36 Friday.
I know what someone's up to. The same exact things I complained about to Rupert. The same as that.
When we come back,
What was it? I'm
NFL legend, Super Bowl winning coach and sportscaster,
Mhm.
Don't